Hi everyone. You might have come across this video from the link at the end of my What I Wore This Month video for October 2015. If not, hi. If you did, you're here for the information about the Kegel Balls. So this is the Intimina brand Liselle Kegel Routine balls that I purchased off of eBay, and I received them last week, and after I received them I used them for the rest of the week. I stopped on the weekend, or I didn't use them on the weekend, and then I used them every day this week, and it's already Thursday. So I'm going to do a turnaround of the box. If you want to pause it, you can. And this my new tablet case keeps covering part of my camera, so there's this little black thing there. I'm going to have to tape down that area or something because it's starting to irritate me. So I'll do a quick turnaround of this box. You can pause it if you want to read any of this information. Hopefully it's clear enough. I'm sorry about the lighting. It is gloomy here in Washington State, and I had to turn on a light so I don't have natural light coming through. So that's the box, and I will leave their link in the information below, or the description below. But as I said, I purchased this off of eBay. I don't know if the seller is affiliated with that company, but they do have several Intimina products, and they all are at a lower cost because of a damaged box. And you can see that mine just has this, it's just kind of smashed in this corner. Nothing else really wrong with it. And when I opened up the box, each of the little balls that were inside of it were sealed in these packages. So you actually have to rip open the little pouch to get the ball out. And it also does come with a booklet, and this is in different languages, so you're not reading this whole thing. I mean, there's only a couple pages that are in English, so it's not like you have to read a whole Bible on how to use these. You also get a pouch here, just kind of like a menstrual cup does, or comes in. Each of the Kegel balls are made with the same velvety smooth silicone that they use in their menstrual cups, and each of the balls have their Intimina brand name molded into the ball, and you can see it on this side and on that side as well. And those are they're not like pitted very much. I don't feel them. Even with my finger, it still just feels really smooth. Each of the balls also have a weight inside, and you can hear it moving around. I was expecting to be able to feel that while it was inserted, but I can't feel it at all. I did wiggle around. I didn't twerk, but I did really try to feel that weight, and I didn't notice it one bit. I kind of expected to feel it, and I was just kind of curious, but I don't feel it. These are the 3 balls that you receive in your box. This palest color one here is the lightest of the weight. The middle ball is the medium weight. It is a little bit darker, and then this darkest one is the heaviest weight. And the box, when I did a turnaround, if you noticed, it did say how much each one weighed. The instructions do go over how to clean them, and they do say that you can use an antibacterial soap to clean them, but I probably feel more comfortable using either an intimate wash or a hypoallergenic soap to clean these, but it's totally up to you. What you want to do with them is, your preference. So when I received it, I did give it a wash, and I tried the medium of the weights first, just to get a feel for them, to see what they were about, how it felt. And when I inserted it, I noticed that I could feel this ring around it. It does kind of feel like a plastic ring. The cord is like a nylon cord, and then there's this little bead on it right there, and I think that's a plastic as well. But I noticed that if I turned the ball this way and inserted it, it gave me a less friction of that ring as opposed to doing it this way. So if you're sensitive to those things, make sure that you're inserting it this way instead. Or maybe this is not the Kegel exercise device for you just because of that sensitivity. So I did insert this ball, and you leave the string hanging out like you would with a tampon. Excuse me. And when you're inserting these, you want to insert them lower. Your pelvic floor muscle is a little bit lower, so you just kind of want to insert it right in your vagina, and you'll probably be able to feel the ball itself just a little. I'm going to insert a photo here so that you can see what I'm talking about, where the pelvic floor muscle is located. You don't want to push the ball all the way up so that you can't feel it. That's kind of what this is going to do, is remind you that you need to do your Kegels. So when you insert it, you just want to insert it right at the opening, and you are going to be able to feel the ball inside of you. And what you do with your muscle is you squeeze it and kind of, for lack of better terms, suck it up into your body, and then hold it and release. And when you release, the weight is going to have it drop back down, and you'll be able to feel it again. You don't want it like the ball is not going to be sticking outside of your body unless your pelvic floor muscles are really, really weak. And that's when you would start off with a lighter weight. But you just continue to do a series of this, squeezing your muscles together, or squeezing your muscles and making that ball travel up and then release and bring it back down. And not only does this remind you that you need to do your Kegels by squeezing, but it gives it some kind of a resistance to work with, and that's kind of like having free weights, basically, where your muscle is working a little harder to hold that in. After a while, you'll notice that the weight doesn't drop down as much, or the ball doesn't drop down as much as it used to. And that just means that you worked this muscle out enough to hold that ball up into place. It's a narrower opening because your pelvic floor muscles are stronger, so it doesn't drop down as it used to. And that is when you would want to incorporate a second ball or even more. And with this set, how you do that is there are little dimples on the bottom of these balls, and these balls are quite firm, but it does have some give to it. So what I do is when I take the cord of the ball that I want to incorporate, is I give it a squeeze, make it a little thinner, narrower, and I push down just a bit on this where this dimple is, and I insert the cord into that, or under that ring there, and I can't see what I'm doing because I was trying to face it to the camera. So just like this, and you pull it through until it hits that bead, and you make a loop, or you open the loop and you go over the ball that you're incorporating. So I'm going to put this down on my knee so that I have a little bit easier time trying to get it over the second ball. But this is how it ends up. So once you have the two balls attached, or however many you want to add to it, you can insert both of the balls together inside of your vagina and have the extra weight pushing down on your pelvic floor muscles. It gives more of a resistance for you to work out on. You can also use it like a yoni egg and insert one ball and have the other ball hanging outside of your body. You can add more of the weights and have those also pulling down on the top egg, or the egg that's inserted inside of you. for that. So that one isn't as easy to conceal unless you have a long skirt on, but you can use it either way. And I don't know if the Intimina book says that you can do that because I didn't actually read through it. My bad. But originally I did want to get the yoni egg, and so I did see them having free weights from that egg that's already inserted. Originally I did want to get a yoni egg. I like the shape of it, and I like that it doesn't have a whole bunch of give. I just thought that it would be easier to insert for some reason. I couldn't tell you if it is or not because I didn't end up getting one. After doing some research on the yoni eggs, I read a lot of blogs, some websites, and watched some videos, but they had, it seemed like, a lot of rituals that went along with having a yoni egg, and I really didn't want to do those. There were a couple that really stand out to me, and one of them were that you bury your egg in soil and leave it out in the sun to energize. One, I don't want to bury my egg because I don't want to clean it, clean soil off of it. And two, I live in Washington State where we don't have a whole bunch of sun all year round. We have like 9 months of gloom and rain, and we don't see the sun, so it's kind of hard for me to energize it from the sun. And then the other one that stood out to me was that you hold, I'm going to use one of these balls, you hold the egg in your hand and you hover the other one over it and you meditate on it to energize the egg. And I have a family. I'm a mother and a wife, and I'm always running around. I have my own business to take care of, and then my, my household chores to do. So I don't have time to do those kinds of things. So I felt like the yoni egg wasn't for me personally, but I still would, if I didn't feel like I needed to do all those other things. I'm sure you don't have to do those other things, but it's kind of it just kind of goes with it, you know. So I didn't end up getting it, but I'd love to try it maybe in the future. So if you have any information or questions about these Intimina balls, since I'm still pretty new to them, please leave me a comment below. I've noticed already from the first week that I used them that it seems like I haven't really peed my pants as much as I used to, but it might just be a placebo effect. I don't know. I'm hoping that they can help me because I'm really, really tired of having the incontinence problems. And that's all I have for you about these Kegel balls for now, but check out the Intimina products. They're awesome, and if you can't really afford, like me, can't afford to buy them at full price, check them out on eBay or even Amazon as well. Until I see you next time, take care.